Well, another end to a UFC pay-per-view weekend. Returning to Houston, Texas, we were treated to an interim title fight between heavyweight Ciryl Gane and Derrick Lewis. Gane came through as the favorite and put on a masterclass, outlanding the Black Beast 112 strikes to 16 and finding a TKO finish in the third round. So you know the drill, let's take a look through the tape and break it down. Boom, we're back. All right, so we're going to take a look through the main event today, and I'm not going to give you the basic information. I think it's pretty evident just by watching the fight. Gane controlled the distance, used the jabs, used the front kicks, managed the space. We're going to take a look at a few cool and key moments and the finish itself as well. The fight companion had its own keys to victory, but after looking at the tape, I've broken down a number 3 for you here today. Number 1 for Gane, lateral movement and defensive footwork. Number 2, control the ranges of the fight. Number 3, jab and bait out the offense and look to counter. So I'll go through those in more detail just now as we go through them and take a look at the tape. So we're going to start here in the first round, talk a little bit about Gane's defensive footwork. So we're 2 minutes into the fight, and up until this point, Gane had just been floating on the outside, picking at Lewis with the front kicks and the jabs. Lewis wants to explode and step through, so he takes his left foot, steps big, and steps to the outside of the lead leg of Gane, which is what you want to do, get lead foot dominance against a southpaw, but Gane is already retreating as soon as Lewis can step forward. So before Lewis has even planted his front foot to load up the right hand, because he wants to throw this, he's got it charged, he steps, and Gane has already exited the space in which that hand would be effective. This leaves Lewis squared up completely, and this would be a nice change, some advancement here, some advantages. You could potentially switch to southpaw in this situation and then track your opponent as they try and circle out, but Lewis doesn't do that. He has to step forward with his left foot again to retake the orthodox stance. By the time he's done that, Gane has already moved out across the fence line, laterally and completely out of danger. And of course, first key to victory, that lateral movement. So let me show it to you again. Look where Lewis starts it, in the center, in between those two inner black straight lines that go down right the middle of the octagon. He's on the monster logo, steps forward and blitzes, but look where he ends up, exactly in the middle where he started, essentially traveling in a straight line. Gane, on the other hand, of course, starts to retreat backwards, and as soon as he starts to get on that Modelo logo, now he starts to cut the angle and move laterally. So key to victory number 1, lateral movement, defensive footwork. So Gane really showcased an arsenal of weapons in this fight, as he always does. We're going to take a look at a cheeky head kick he set up here. Lifts the front leg forward, has a little look down, gets the eye line of Lewis down, doesn't know if it's a leg kick, maybe even a body kick, but looks down and then brings up that back leg, points the toes. Look at this lead leg of Gane. This is beautiful technique. He's right up on the top of the toes. You see a lot of people do this in MMA, but not everyone. Valentina's always right up on her toes whenever she throws these head kicks. Rotation, look at that snap right at the top. Beautiful extension on the leg, catches Derrick Lewis right on the chin. And yeah, look at that hand, parrying the body kick, the low kick. It's not there, it's a head kick. Great kick. This is another awesome moment from Gane here. They're against the fence line. He's got this underhook. He's going to snap down, break the posture, and watch the right elbow of Gane here. He brings it up and fires it in a kind of upwards reverse elbow motion, lands it on Lewis quite incredibly, breaks, sets back, and throws the right elbow right over the top, right on the side of the temple of Lewis, and steps out again here. And what does Lewis do? You see him bounce up, down, sets his feet, and throws the big right hand straight at Gane. Gane actually ducks just underneath, rolls out, and then fires back a lead hook immediately. It comes off the block of Lewis, and they just go straight back to Gane's work, his footwork, from what we saw earlier in the fight. But great exchange right there. And also key to victory number 2, control the ranges of the fight. I don't just mean the distance and space, but where the striking exchanges are taking place. If it's outside striking with the kicks, if it's inside striking like we've just seen in the clinch, as long as he's not in the pocket boxing range, but able to control those other distances and decide where and when they take place, which we are seeing, it's a key to victory, and 100% it was. Now we know that the finish came at the end of the third round, but this was an interesting turning point for me. We see Gane here in the clinch land this beautiful knee right up the middle to the body. Now you can go back and watch this in real time, but it was hard and it was powerful. And from here, we start to see Lewis fade even faster. This is kind of like, I don't know how much this hurt Lewis, but this strike lands, and then from here it's all downhill, and the accumulation of damage leads to the finish. So this is about 30 seconds later, and Lewis has his back to the cage, and what he starts to do a lot is just start shelling up. I don't know if he's hurt or tired or playing possum, but he starts to do that. You'll see Gane step forward here with this lightning quick jab, just touches him on the chin with it. I'm sure it was, impactful, but Lewis frames away from the jab and doubles over here. There's no continued offense, but the jab was enough to do that. Gane frames with the left hand, looks like he's pulling back that right for another straight right. He went one, here comes the 1-2, no, loops it up. It's an uppercut, and he sails it up, and it clangs off the side of Lewis's head here. It actually bounces Lewis's head off the cage, and then he sits back, pulls back that left, and throws the lead left hook as Lewis circles out here as well. And then we end up in this position against the cage. I just thought this was interesting. Look at these strikes Gane was throwing. Look how far back he's bringing that arm and then just slamming it into the side of Lewis's head. I mean, it's crazy. Here we are again, another bit of creativity from Gane. They're in this single collar clinch against the cage. Gane's got his eyes open, looking up, and then again with this uppercut, brings it right back. Bam! Right up the middle. Beautiful shot. They restart the action right here, and Lewis has already got his back to the cage, and this is another great head kick from Gane. This time just flicks the lead hand out, pause, if you can touch, you're in range for it, dips, you see him dip forward, he kind of brings that left shoulder up, so he could be a straight left coming, or he could be getting ready to turn the hips over to throw a low inside leg kick, but instead it's a head kick. Beautiful. He even sets that up. Let's jump back. He even looks like it's coming low for an inside leg kick, right? He's dragging that back hip over, but he just glides over the side, very TJ Dillashaw-esque. And this was just a beautiful floaty head kick that just dinged off the side of the head of Lewis. It was beautiful. Just lands nice and graceful, and then it's downhill from here. Okay, and the third key to victory here as well, which was use the jab to bait out the offense. Now, he did this with the jab and with the low leg kicks as well, but steps in, nice jab, no intention of following up, just retreats immediately. Lewis's reaction is to throw the big right hand, which is exactly what Gane wants. He's already out of the pocket, out of range, the big right hand whiffs. Gane plants his feet and throws this lovely little straight left, boink, right on the head. And Lewis backs up, retreats, actually looks, he's doubling over again here, which is interesting, but clearly very hurt or fatigued, or playing possum. But, it leads to the finish. He actually checks his eye here as well, squints, thinks it's an eye poke. Clearly, there's a straight left, we saw the fist. And then they are here, and Gane is, looking to just unload on Lewis. You can see he just steps forward like the Terminator here on the footage, throws a straight right. I don't really think this lands too clean, but from here, Lewis just bends and goes straight down. Gane just starts landing this ground and pound from backside, a hammer fist from the top position here, and then here, Lewis is just turtling, nothing left. Gane pours it on, Mergliata stops it, and here you go, up he goes, your new interim heavyweight champion. Fantastic performance. Right, so our new interim heavyweight champion, Ciryl Gane. Will we see him matched up against Ngannou? I certainly hope so. I also certainly hope that takes place in Paris. The first time the UFC are going there, it's only just been legalized. If it was in Paris, man, that is a huge event for European MMA, and I would like to go. I would like to be there. But thank you as always for watching this breakdown, guys. I know there's a small collection of this community that enjoys them. Thank you. I do work hard on them. Comments, feedback are appreciated, but thank you for watching MMA On Point. Stay tuned, more content on the way. I'll see you next time.